It indicates, by being found only in Australia, along with the kangaroo, that the Buccarotinians remained in that particular part of the planet for a very long time before seeking to colonize other parts. I am about to explain this, but I wanted first to cite the examples of the kangaroo and the xanthoria so that you might better understand all the problems of adaptation these people had to overcome. Of course, it is only one small example among so many others. The yellow rays had settled, as I said, in the hinterland of the Bay of Bengal. Most were in Burma where they too had established cities and experimental farms. Principally interested in vegetables, they had imported from Buccarotini cabbages, lettuce, parsley, coriander and some others. For fruit, they brought the cherry tree, the banana and the orange trees. These last two were difficult to establish, for the climate of the time was generally colder than it is now. Thus, they gave some of the trees to the blacks who, by contrast, had enormous success with them. In the same way, the yellow people had far greater success in the growing of wheat. In fact, the wheat from Buccarotini produced enormous grains, around the size of a coffee bean, with ears measuring up to 40 centimeters in length. 4 varieties of wheat were grown, and the yellow rays wasted no time in establishing a very high production level. Did they also bring rice to the planet? No, not at all. Rice is a plant absolutely native to Earth, although it was greatly improved by the yellow people on its way to becoming what it is now. To continue, immense silos were constructed and soon, commercial exchanges began between the two races. The black race exported kangaroo meat, dodos, which were prolific at the time, and zebra meat. In domesticating the latter, the blacks in fact produced breeds that were equal in taste to kangaroo meat and more nutritious. Trade was carried out using Buccarotini spacecraft, bases for these vessels having been set up all over the land. What you are saying, Thao, is that the first men on Earth were black and yellow. How is it then that I come to be white? Not so fast, Michel, not so fast. The first men on Earth were, indeed, the blacks and the yellows, but for the moment I will continue to explain how they organized themselves and how they lived. Materially, they were successful, but they were also careful not to neglect the construction of their immense meeting halls, in which they practiced their cult. They had a cult. Oh yes, they were all Tachioni, which is to say, they all believed in reincarnation, something in the way present-day Lamists do on your planet.